As a SOC analyst, you'll have access to various different tools where your objective is to dig a bit deeper to understand the underlying event/alert. And you often do this by running saved searches or building up your own queries to look for data to help with your investigation. Now, the unfortunate part here is that every tool seems like they have their own query language. For example, for Splunk, you'll have SPL, aka Search Processing Language. For Elastic, you have ESQL, Elasticsearch Query Language. And for Azure, you'll have KQL, Kusto Query Language. Although these are different, they do have some similarities at the end of the day. As long as you know what you're trying to look for or what query you're trying to create, you'll be fine, as you can always depend on the documentation, or even AI to help you build a similar query for another tool. Now, personally, I am terrible at KQL, which again is Kusto Query Language, whereas I am quite comfortable with SPL, Search Processing Language. And because I do want to get better at KQL, I am going to create a series where you and I can work together to tackle some labs provided by KC7. So then we can both level up one of the more popular languages that a SOC analyst should know. As an FYI, if you have never heard of KC7 before, they are a free gamified cybersecurity platform where their objective is to provide a fun way to learn cybersecurity skills for free. The team there is honestly incredible, and I absolutely love what they're doing with the platform. So if you want to have fun while learning, seriously, this is one of the best platforms to choose from. And did I mention free? All right, enough of me talking. Let's jump right into it. To get started with KC7, you want to head over to kc7cyber.com. And once you're there, you want to click on Play Now, and you'll be prompted to create an account. So I'll go ahead and do just that. All right, once we create an account and sign in, we are presented with this screen. Now we're already into the first game as it seems, but what I'll do here is click on Exit this game. And it says, looks like you're leaving the game area. Is this what you meant to do? Yes, it is. So I'll click on Exit. And let's go over to Case Vault. And within the Case Vault, this will contain all of the games that KC7 currently has. We can see that it ranges from easy, moderate, challenging, hard, and don't bother. I actually really want to try and get to this level here. But for now, let's go back over to easy. And now let's go back into our game called a Rap Beef. If we take a look at the bottom, it says continue playing. So this is the one that I know for sure that we were in previously. On the left-hand side, we do get a storyline here. And on the right, we have the ability to start creating our queries. But because we don't know exactly what we need to do yet, let's go ahead and quickly go over the storyline. At the top, it says two hip-hop artists, Dwake and Present, are in the midst of a musical feud. Following long-stewing tensions between the artists, they have begun taking jabs at each other through their music. Looking at the bottom, it says, as a security analyst for Owl Records, your job is to keep the company's information safe so your artists don't get exposed during this ongoing feud. Very interesting. Let's type in ready to get started and hit submit. Now we are on to question number 2, and this is worth 10 points. What I'll do here is just go ahead and type in bars. Now, if you're following along, by all means, you can take your time and read what is on here. On to question number 3, I do see an IP address here, and it is 18.66.52.227. And let's see here. After sliding him a crisp $20 bill, he recounted a rumor he heard that DCR had hired a hacker who used the IP address of 18.66.52.227 to poke around your website in early April. Interesting. So now we have a timeline of early April and an IP address. Let's type in thanks, dog. Hit submit. And let's see. Question number 4. At this point, we'll start digging into the company's data to find clues that will help us solve the mysteries at hand. Nice. Now we get to use KQL. And for each query we provide, you can simply copy and paste it into the query pane on the right and then click Run. You can use the Ctrl-V shortcut to paste. KC7 provides us with a nice little GIF or GIF, however you want to pronounce it. And at the bottom, we do have our query. Again, like they mentioned, we can click on Copy, head over to the query pane, and hold Ctrl-V. That will go ahead and paste in our query. And then we can click on Run. But if I were you, I wouldn't copy and paste the query. I would actually get some hands-on experience. So by typing employees, hit enter, and this will automatically add a pipe for us. So I can say where role equals quote, and notice how it already added a open and closed quote. Type in CEO and we'll hit run. Now I know this does give us the same information, but again, it's always good to have some hands-on experience. Let's take a look at the first question here. What is the name of the OWL Records CEO? Now when we click on run, the output will be displayed at the bottom, and we can see that there is a column called name. So if we take a look, it says Sean Crater, and that is going to be the answer, Sean Crater. Click on submit, and we're on to question number 5. You can use the following query to search for browsing activity to your company's website. Now I want you to pay attention to this name here. It says inbound network events. Now, if you take a look at the right side, our name, or in this case, our table name, is called employees. So what this essentially means is that we're drilling into another table that will contain different data that we found under the employees. And if I were to assume, based on the table name, we are going to find data related to network events. Now again, you can go ahead and copy this. And fun fact, with KQL, you don't need to actually remove this. Instead, what you can do is hit enter and then paste in the query here. Notice that the text has a background color of light blue. Whenever you see this, you're essentially instructing KQL to run this particular query. Because the neat little thing here is that KQL can run multiple queries in the same pane, as KC7 has mentioned right here. But just be aware that the query that will run is going to be the one that is highlighted in light blue. For example, if I wanted to run the employees query, I can just simply click on it. And now notice how the text has a light blue background. And if I were to click on inbound network events, again, light blue background, this is the query that's going to run. Now I did mention I wanted more hands-on experience. So what I'll do here is simply type that in, inbound network events. The neat thing here is that KQL gives you the option to autocomplete, as you can see down here. I can click on that, and then it will jump straight to the next line. So we're looking for a timestamp between a particular date. So I'll say where timestamp between bracket date time bracket and quotes. I'll type in 2024-04-10 capital T 00:00:00. I'll type in 2 dots date time. Let's do another bracket. Quotes, and let's take a look at the query here. It wants me to go all the way to the 11th. I'll type in 2024-04-11, do the same thing, capital T, 00:00:00. And I can tell that KQL is going to complain about this query because there is a red underline here. So let's go ahead and add in a parenthesis. And now the red underline is gone. Scrolling over to the query, it has us search where the source IP was the attacker IP. I'll hit enter and pipe where source underscore IP has quote 18.66.52.227. And we can go ahead and click on run, or what we can do is hold shift and enter. This will automatically run the query for you. And now we take a look at the question. How many results rows did you get back? On the bottom right, I do see 19 records, meaning that there are 19 events, aka 19 rows. So the answer is going to be 19. Hit submit. Nice. Question number 6. Ooh, this one's worth 30 points. The results you are looking at represents someone browsing and searching for information on OWL Records website. Here, we want you to read carefully through the logs to see what the bad guys were searching for. What piece of information were they looking to get for Drake? 2 words might be used for communication. All right. On the bottom right-hand corner, we do have a couple of columns here. We got the timestamp, the method, the source IP, user agent, and URL, along with the status code. So I'm going to bring this up just a bit, and let's take a look at the URL. I will expand our column as well. And now we can see everything under this one column. But actually, before I do that, I do want to make sure that our timestamp is sorted accordingly. And if I take a look, it is going from earliest to latest. So the latest event here for this particular table is 13:02:47, aka 1:02:47. And the earliest event was on April 10th, exactly on midnight. And looking at the URL for the first event, we do see the search query, what's Dwake's email address? And that might be the answer for this particular question, because it says, what piece of information were they looking to get? I will say email address. And hey, look at that. We leveled up to level 2. Congratulations, your keen eyes are now scanning the digital horizons. Let's keep playing. Question number 7. Let's continue to look at the results from the previous query, which is this one right here. The operator here also expressed their strong opinions about Dwake's music. The operator is wondering why Dwake's music is so blank. Let's take a look at the URL. Ooh, why is Dwake music much so trash? Okay, do I have to spell it exactly like this, or can I just say trash? Let's take a look. Nice, awesome. Question number 8, again for 30 points. Let's continue to look at these logs. At some point, the operator discovered Dwake's email address. What is Dwake's email address? Scrolling down, let's see. We got a reset password where the username is DWAubrey and the email is Dwake_Audrey@owlrecords.com. That is the one that we're looking for. Dwake_Audrey@owl-records.com. And that is, because I spelled Dware. Whoops. Dwake. There you go. Question number 9, 50 points. The operator then attempted to take over Dwake's account by resetting his password. We know this because of the reset password parameter in that last URL they accessed. When employees at Owl Records need to reset their password, they must answer a set of challenge questions to prove who they are. These are the challenge questions offered on the Owl Records website. The first one is, what is your mother's maiden name? Second is, what street did you grow up on as a child? Third is, what is your childhood pet's name? And fourth, what is the color of your first car? The question is, which of the following did Dwake disclose in his verse? Pick one. And looking at the verse, we got Washington, which is the mother's name. And on the second verse, it says, used to play with little Fluffy. I am assuming that is the pet. And that is number 3. What is your childhood pet's name? What this means is that the answer should be 1 and 3. So this one right here. But if we take a look at the right-hand side, the very last event entry here, take a look at the URL. It says security questions. Question number 1, mother's maiden name is Washington. Question number 2, first pet's name, and the answer is Fluffy. So that makes it seem that the answer is indeed 1 and 3. And that is correct. Nice, we just leveled up to level 3. Awesome. You've embraced the shadows of the SOC. Keep digging for these digital treasures. Your new level title is SOC Goblin. Okay. Question number 10 for 50 points. Looking at the verse again, let's try to figure out what values the operator may have tried to use to reset Dwake's password. I think we already got that, right? So Washington. And the other one is a childhood pet's name, which is Fluffy. Question number 12. The operator used these bits of information to reset Dwake's password. Using the query from before, we can actually see the adversary doing this. And yeah, that is the one that we actually just went over. So I'll go ahead and copy this, right click and copy, and let's paste that in here. And we reached level 4. Sweet. Let's go ahead and keep playing. And this is, I believe, the last question. Yep, question number 13. After taking over Dwake's email account, the operator was able to reset the password of Dwake's Instagram account as well. That's not good. And we can take a look at what was posted. And I'll go ahead and type in "Oh Lord" and hit submit. And just like that, we finished part 1 of this particular game. And that is part 1 of today's lab. And if you're following along, please feel free to continue on and try to complete the entire lab yourself. Now, if you ever get stuck, you can always join KC7's Discord community and ask your questions there. Or you can wait for the next part of this series. And that is it for the video. I honestly hope that you found this informative and are as excited as I am to level up our KQL skills together. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.